Hi, I'm Renny Shen from F5 Networks. Welcome to today's whiteboard conversation where we'll show how you can maximize the value of your existing storage assets through intelligent file virtualization. If you're like most businesses, you're probably trying to control your storage costs, but your data just isn't cooperating. It just keeps growing. So you really have two options now. You can keep buying more storage, keep throwing more capacity at the problem, or you can use your existing storage assets more efficiently. Let's take a look at what I mean with the example of Company X. Company X has two projects, each of which has its own dedicated storage. We'll call these Project A and Windows A, and Project B and Windows B. Now, Project A is a very important project and has grown very quickly since inception, and as a result, Windows A is now 90% utilized. Project B has been kind of anemic, and Windows B is now only 10% utilized. This is what we call islands of storage. Because it's so difficult to share capacity between multiple file storage resources, you end up with situations where some resources, like Windows A, are 90% utilized. And some resources, like Windows B, are poorly utilized. As a result, Company X is now looking at an out-of-capacity situation on Windows A and will likely have to purchase more storage this year, even though the environment as a whole is only 50% utilized. So why is it so difficult to share capacity between multiple physical storage resources? This is because users and applications are statically mapped to physical shares on back-end storage. Here, we have a 10 terabyte physical share X residing on Windows A. The users of Project A all know exactly how to look for their data through a single network mount, which we'll call Windows A share X. Now, we could always provision another share from Windows B, but then we'd have to create another mount point. We'd have to go back and reconfigure all of the clients in Project A and tell them when to look for their data on Windows A share X and when to look for their data on Windows B share Y. That is not very convenient. It's a lot of work for a short-term fix that doesn't really solve our problems. And it's going to just keep getting more complicated over time as Project A continues to grow. But there's a better way, a simpler way to share capacity between multiple islands. Put them in a pool, a virtual pool. The first thing we're going to do is insert a layer of intelligent file virtualization in the networks between our users and applications and their data. This layer of virtualization decouples the logical access to files from their physical location on back-end storage. So with virtualization, we can aggregate all of the storage capacity in the back end into a single virtual pool. And from this virtual pool, we're going to create a virtual share. Now, users and applications now access their data through logical mappings to the virtual share. Here, Windows A share X no longer points to the physical share, but rather to the virtual share. And the virtualization layer makes sure that any access to files in that virtual share get directed to the proper location on back-end storage. Now, this is where things get really cool. This virtual share is a virtual share, which means that it can be comprised of capacity from any back-end storage resources. So, if we're out of capacity on Windows A, no problem. We'll just provision additional capacity from Windows B into our virtual share. As far as our users are concerned, nothing's changed. All of their files are still in the exact same place. The only thing that they'll notice is that the virtual share just got a little bit larger. And the beauty of this all is we don't have to create another mount point either. There is no client reconfiguration involved. Wasn't that simple? The end result is that we just allowed Company X to defer an additional 10 terabytes of storage purchases for this upcoming year by reclaiming excess or stranded capacity on Windows B and driving up utilization of their existing storage assets. How's that for maximizing value? That's it for now. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to check out our next whiteboard conversation from F5 Networks.